Hey, this is Joe Satino with another video about balanced media reporting. I'm coming to you from my backyard. I want to encourage you today about your role as a citizen of the United States of America. Fortunately, we live in a country where there is not taxation without representation, and you actually do have representatives, and those representatives are elected by citizens on a majority basis. And those representatives have a responsibility to represent you and your views in Congress. Both representatives and senators are elected, and I want to encourage you, if you don't like the way that the media is going today, to take action today. Simple action. Write your congressman and write your senators and ask them to bring up the agenda of balanced news reporting and some form of regulation around it. I want to remind you that the FCC used to have authority to do that. There used to be something called the National News Council, where complaints could be raised. You can look up National News Council on Wikipedia. There was also, as we talked about last time, the fair reporting doctrine, and that used to exist, and the FCC had some authority to enforce that. And I want to encourage you, if you as a citizen, you pay taxes. Those taxes pay salaries of senators and representatives, and they have an obligation to listen to your input. So I want to encourage you to rather than just complain about it or do nothing about it or talk to people who can't do anything about it or talk about it on social media and invest time in a non-fruitful activity, I want to encourage you to invest time in a fruitful activity, which is actually to talk to your representative or senator. They have an obligation to represent you. I also want to encourage you to talk to or write to the CEOs of the media companies, news like Fox, CNN, CNBC, and ask them to self-police regarding balanced media. I also want to encourage you to educate yourself on allsides.com. What I found out with this website, allsides.com, is they also have something called living room conversations, where they have topics that you can set up a conversation with several people with different points of view and actually administer or host a conversation to try to make it easy to have a more balanced dialogue through that tool that they have on called Living Room Conversations. I haven't tried it yet. I've thought about it, but I haven't done it. So that's where I'm stuck. Right now, your congressmen and your senators are doing everything they can to listen to you because they're trying to win votes. And I want to encourage you to take the time that we have to actually talk to them. Also want to encourage you to get engaged. If you're not engaged in a political process, I want to encourage you to get engaged. I want to encourage you to listen to people from a different point of view. Don't believe everything you hear, right, left, or center. One of the nice things about allsides.com is it gives you articles from multiple points of view, so you can try to get a more balanced perspective on what's going on. But you got to take action, and I just want to encourage you to take your frustration and turn it into action. There's a great quote by Colin Powell: get mad, then get over it, and take action. Colin Powell is a great leader. His point was to turn your frustration into motivation, and I want to encourage you to do that today. My daughter and I were having a conversation in the car, and she was reminding me that we have a process for representation in this country, and it's our right and our obligation to utilize that process. So I want to encourage you today to take action. It doesn't take much time. It's super easy. Like, you can actually do it from your phone. You can write a letter to your congressman from your phone. And so I challenge you today, do it. Talk about it. Tell them what you think. Tell them what you'd like to see different in the media. Tell them what you'd like the government to put in place as legislation around balanced media reporting. And I will give you one more thought. You know, when you go and eat food, you can't advertise organic food if it's not organic. There's regulations about what food is. You can't, if it's all natural, it's got to meet some criteria. And this is what I think we should do with news. If it's news, it ought to have some criteria about being balanced to be called news. If you want to call it a political show, that's fine. Maybe that would be a different category of media. Or if you want to call it a religious show, that might be a different category of media. Or if you want to call it entertainment, that might be another category. But if it's a news broadcast, it should meet certain standards to represent and serve the United States of America and the public. And so I think that's a simple way for you to write your congressman and say, hey, I just want to have some standards around what is and is not considered news. This is kind of like movies. You know, movies have standards. You can't call, you know, there's a difference between a G movie and an R movie, and there's standards. And it would be good for us, since you're consuming news, to have some standards around it. So that's my encouragement to you. Take action. Reminder of other things that you can do. You can call your brokerage company, ask them to not invest your funds in media companies that don't self-police. You can move your money around. You can go on LinkedIn and ask the CEOs of these companies. You can write your congressman, your senator, and you can talk about it and share this link and this website, and hopefully that'll encourage you to do something. If you do something, that's on you. If you do nothing, that's on you too. So I just want to encourage you, do something because you can, and you're an American citizen. And have a great day. Bye-bye.